What's up, idols? It's CC Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So I haven't even been in Korea for a week and so much has happened, like I just told the people on Patreon. First of all, it's Monday as of recording this. On Saturday, I went out clubbing in Hongdae for the first time since September of 2019. So much has changed in the last 5 years. Personally, I actually like Hongdae a lot more post-COVID than I did pre-COVID. I'm gonna make a whole separate video about what I feel about like the night clubbing scene as a foreigner in particular, because it's a lot more different and in my opinion, less racist.
Wait a minute!
Oh my god! Wow! Oh my god!
Be on the lookout for that video. Now if you're a patron, I literally, it's getting dark, but I literally just filmed, like I attempted to vlog on Saturday. It's a lot of, you know, footage on my phone, which, you know, it's a really decent camera, so I did my best, but there was some drama that kind of got in the way of it, and I explained to some degree, but again, I'm not in the business of like calling anybody out or trying to draw attention to any particular person, so it's nothing like that. Just to explain kind of what's got in the way of me vlogging successfully. So yeah, if you want to see, you know, a little bit of what the nightlife was like on Saturday, and if you want to get a little bit of insight to what happened to us that night, then the link is in the description. You can check out my Patreon. Now for this video, like I said, a lot happened and I haven't been here a week and a lot happened. So Saturday night, as a YouTuber, especially in Korea, when my niche is Korean, like Korean culture, K-pop and all that stuff, it's semi-normal for people to say they recognize me or they like my videos or ask to take a picture, but it's always women, it is always girls. I've never been approached by a guy saying, hey, I like your content. But it's not surprising because 89 to 98% of my viewers are usually women. I mean, it's story times, it's hookups and makeup and K-pop and drama. Like, that's not really what the typical guy would be into. So it's understandable. There are a few of you gems on here. Like, I know there's a few of you guys. We appreciate you, you're the real ones. But on Saturday night, I got approached by not one, but two different Korean guys who said like they know my content and they like my videos. The first one, we were kind of just standing outside because a friend's friend wanted to get something to eat, and we were kind of just standing waiting there for her order on our way to Thursday party before we went to Corner Pub and started our night out. And this guy said, excuse me, and I was just like, huh? And he was like, you're a YouTuber? And I was like, yeah. He said, oh, I like your videos. I was like, oh, thank you. Never had a man say that to me before in person. That was the first time. The second time was actually in Sinkhole, crowded AF. Like I said on Patreon, if you are a single girly and you're looking for some eye candy, I would recommend Sinkhole. Sinkhole is one of the clubs that I do remember like pre-COVID, 2017, 2018 when I lived here, but I never got into, I never went to before. The line was long, they usually charge. Sometimes they were iffy about foreigners coming in. But this time we got in no problems and for free. Yeah, it was a lot of cute guys. So like there were so many people that my friend was like, oh, this tile. Like they were so cute. So while we were sitting there with like our backs against the AC near the bar, a guy tapped me on my shoulder and he was like, you are a content creator? I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, Ara, I know your videos. And I was like, oh, thank you. And that was it. That was literally it. Or so I thought, because I got a DM on Instagram. I like this, like it's so interesting, like to hear these words from people directly, because this isn't the first time this has happened. Like there was a reformed fuckboy who wanted to offer advice for foreign girls dating in Korea. There was one of my exes who DM'd me and said he wanted to like talk about what it's like to date in Korea these days as a foreigner and like reflect on our relationship. And there was also one who wrote in about like, this is what Korean guys like. So this time he DM'd me. I mean, I get it's pretty easy to find my Instagram. You can follow me there too. It's CC Lesson 3. It's the same as my YouTube name, so not surprising that he found it. It's not particularly long or anything, but I thought it would be interesting to read this to you guys. But I will say a bit of this seems like he might have used like Google Translate or Papago because it's a little unnatural. So bear with me for, you know, this is what he said, so try to understand it to the best of your ability. So I just want to offer a quick disclaimer though before we get into this, because in my experience, so many Korean girls that I've met are pretty bubbly and sweet, in my opinion, and that's just my personal experience. Cause like in this writing, you know, he's a little bit harsh, or I won't say harsh, but like he's critical of Korean women and stuff. And I just wanna, you know, I'm not trying to make this video to bash anybody or bash Korean women or anything like that. So I just wanna say, in my experience, they seem pretty sweet. But you know, no one's a monolith. Like there's good and bad in everything, every demographic, every group, every people. That's just how it is. Anyway, I'm rambling, so let's start this DM reading. Hi, Cece. I'm not sure you remember, maybe drunk, but we met at Sinkhole. You were so shocked I watched your videos, haha. You said many women who have interest in Korea support your channel. I was wondering, is it possible to share my thinking with your viewers? You did this in the past. Yeah, like I said, one of my exes wrote it in, a former fuckboy. Let me just offer my insight as to the Korean man's thinking, like to defend Korean men. Because you know, it is fair, because a lot of the stories and a lot of what we hear on my channel are from a woman's point of view or a girl's point of view. So it is nice to hear from a guy, because I'm not a dude, I can't relate to them, you know? So I do really like these. I get excited when this happens, so here we go. I am Korean man. Maybe my words will encourage. Firstly, if foreigner comes to Korea, I think it's good for Korea. As you know, we are old society. Many Koreans are ajashi or ajuma. We don't have young people to work, it is a problem. But many Koreans still don't want. I think it's stupid. If foreigner comes to Korea, I welcome you. If foreigner wants to date, even more better. These days, tension with Korean man and Korean women is very high. We don't agree or understand the other. Many of my friends have strong desire to date with foreigner. The interest to leave Korea and many interests to break from tradition. Tradition doesn't work these days. I love Korean women, but it's too much. They expect princess treatment always. They don't surprise boyfriend or make plan. We do all the work. We do everything. Buy every meal, every trip, date. We must drive, always. It's nomuhe. I agree Korean woman receives unfair treatment, but we are not all to blame. But I think they hate us all. These days, Korean woman loves foreigner man. Tall man with blue eyes or tan skin. Many foreigner man dates Korean girl. We should too. These days, it's more than hookup or FWB or ONS. We want real relationship. We study English hard and hope you study Korean hard also. If you try again, and it doesn't work, try a different thing. In the past, I think many Korean guys see foreign girl and think only want sex. But today, we want to explore real relationship. Many more foreigners come to Korea. They're so beautiful, kind, have interest in my culture. In Korea, it is normal for Korean women to marry foreigner guy. I think Korean guys should marry foreigner woman also. It is okay to ask for advice. How to approach foreigner woman to date. My advice, don't be a fuckboy. Like, if you communicate honestly what your intentions are and what you want, if you show that your interest is genuinely in her and more than just sex, you in there like swimwear, as we say. If you like a girl, be nice to her. Like, I reflect back on my dating, you know, every now and then when I come here, and of course there were always like a few good gems, a few really good guys, but most of it was trauma and confusion. A lot of it was like thinking everything was headed in the right direction, and then suddenly they say, oh, I'm trying to smash, like that's it, I just want to sleep with you. Or
he's a phantom.
You just stop hearing from them and they ghost you, and it's like, what is happening? What do you want? Like, what did you want? Like, why did you pretend? That's just my advice. Like, if you are genuine and you express that and you want more than just a hookup and you put effort and communicate, then you're good. But I'm pretty sure that my viewers will also have some advice they can leave for you in the comments if you go through and read this later. Hey girlies, let's help the boy out. Leave him some advice. Back to his DM. These days, I think it's too hard to make Korean women happy. I have one friend engaged with foreigner woman and they are very happy. I also want. He dated only Korean woman before and he says he's happy now. His family is okay too. It's weird for me to write this now. Such long message, I'm sorry, haha. But it feels good to say honestly. I don't hate Korean woman, I just want a change. Foreigner woman seems so happy and simple, free thinking and independent. Men need break also. We need help also. In the past, when I say this to Korean woman, she tells me I'm not a man. Don't burden her with my problems. I hope foreigner woman is not like this. I also think patriarchy is bad. Too much pressure, too high expectation, but I also know Korean woman high stress. I don't have a worry about work pay, pregnant, aging, weight, or feeling safe. I have sympathy. These days, there are many fights about politics with man and woman in Korea. Maybe it's escape, maybe it's a change, but I want to say these words to you and YouTube audience. Maybe you won't read, I don't know. That's just how it ends. So yeah, guys, what are your thoughts on that? So like I said, it wasn't really like a long one, but I was really interested in sharing that with you just to get his insight and his point of view. Because even when we went out clubbing on Saturday, the girls I was with said, like, it seems like these days Korean guys want to date foreign girls more seriously and more than just a hookup, which, you know, time will tell. Again, no one's a monolith, everyone's their own person, but it will be interesting, like, over the next few weeks that I'm here to see, like, I'm starting to see more interracial pairings, you know, international couples, foreigners and Koreans getting along in perfect harmony would be lovely. What's up, idols? It's CC Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. This video will not be like the usual. I got an email, and the way this email started off triggered something in me. This person addressed me as Bodum. Now, for those who don't know, Bodum was my Korean name, and the only people who knew that either saw like the 1 or 2 videos I did where I mentioned it back in like 2018 or 2019, or that means they met me in person. Like, y'all see the title of the video, right? And y'all see what's on the thumbnail. So, the way this email started off, hey Bodum. By the way, Bodum means full moon. I'm a hoe for the moon if y'all didn't know. Peep the moon tattoo. So then they went on to say, wow, I can't believe you YouTuber now. You probably don't remember me. I'll link my Instagram. Maybe seeing my picture will remind you. And y'all, when I saw those pictures on his Instagram, I instantly did not remember him. I don't know who this is, I'm sorry. But it's still very nice of him to write this email. I don't know how good your Korean is, so I will try English. Forgive me, I used to be a fuckboy and I regret you met me at this time because you seem like an amazing girl. I would be lucky if I dated you. That's sweet. It was in 2019 at Selene's old club in Hongdae before it closed. Now, I do remember that because I remember going to that club in like February 2019, right after I went paragliding in Gangwon-do. Roll the tape.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Bye. So this definitely does add a bit of credibility. Like, I probably did actually meet this dude. I just don't remember. Because the only guy I remember meeting that night was this guy who put my hand on his dick. And that was traumatizing. So I think everything else, every other dude that I interacted with that night, blur, do not remember. Like, I remember what that guy looked like, and unless he had a lot of surgery, was a different age, changed his height, it's not the same guy. So he continues, I'm grown up adult now and more mature. I see a lot of your videos about bad Korean men. I see many videos like this on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, and I sincerely want to apologize for the experience foreigners have in my country. It brings shame. Unfortunately, when we are young, we are lost. When we are young, we are selfish and uncaring. Only when we mature, which sometimes take too long, we become better. I want to write you to offer a unique side of former fuckboy, not to make excuses for poor behavior, but maybe to understand better. So yeah guys, this video is not going to be like a typical traditional story time. I literally just wanted to read his words because it's not like a story, you know, he just kind of explaining, offering his insight. I promise you this is worth the watch. His words on what he did as a fuckboy, his friends' influence over him, how it affected him, what made him change, and he even offers some tips and advice if you do want to date a Korean guy more sincerely and genuinely. Because English is not his first language, some of this may sound a bit unnatural, but I didn't want to like change too much because I wanted it to sound like it was coming from him because it is. I felt like I was able to understand, so I hope you guys will be able to understand too, so let's go. I started going to clubs as soon as I turned 19, most time in Hongdae. Clubs are a bad place to meet someone honestly. It's okay for fun, but not for a sincere match. Back then, I was insecure and hurt. I drank a lot to forget, and it made me feel good to be cold to people. I can't explain, but I'm being honest now, and it's like therapy. I didn't have positive thoughts about myself, I was even suicidal. Young man is feeling invincible, youth is wasted on the young. When I went to club and talked to new girls, I felt good. If new girl was interested, to me that made me better. I feel short boost in confidence, but I don't have skills to keep the girl interested, so I ghost. I leave her before she has the chance to leave me. Talking to one girl was boring.
I had one girl, too boring.
2 girls, that was cool for me.
In high school, my friends laughed if I only liked one girl. They encouraged me to cheat and lie because it was funny to us. Then ghost before feelings became real. It's easier to ghost than to have to talk about ending a relationship. Looking back now, it's obvious wrong. I think only confident men can treat women the right way. Because we're insecure, we ghost, tease, and we're mean to the people who care. I was only about 26 when I met you, and I was still the same as my 19 age self. That's regretful. I think I ruined many chances to meet good people and make friends and positive relationships. I was very reckless. I spent years meeting girls in club and online, using them, then ghosting. In the process, I met many girls who now don't trust men or expect the worst behavior from men. I see many foreign girls talking with Korean guy, but I also hear what they say when the girl is not around. They say hurtful things like it will be easy experience, brag about having so many, one yesterday, different girl tonight, make fun of the weight, and they will find cuter or skinny one the next day. Of course, we don't all do this. Some men are normal and great, but I was one of the bad ones. There was a girl I met and I finally grow up and become mature. It was a few years ago before my military enlist. I met the perfect girl, but I wasn't good to her. Even though I treated her poor, she stayed around. I cheat on her because I want many women before military, and she forgave me always. I think she would always be there, but one day she had enough. One day she left and I miss her still. It's cliche, good girl and bad boy, but when she left, I woke up. I tried to get her back, but I don't blame her for ending it. She's smart. Right after this breakup, I was the worst because I was hurt. I slept with whoever was interested and ignored them when I got what I want. After doing this, I felt more empty. It was not good, and the suicidal thinking comes back. I thought of my ex a lot and missed her. I realized I need to find one woman I love and start again, so I used Tinder. I find the perfect woman for me. She is beautiful, smart, kind, and sexy. She is a foreigner, so she expected the worst of me at first, but I wanted to correct the thinking. We celebrate 100 days and we still counting. Sometimes a good relationship can come from Tinder. I don't cheat on her. My family thinks of her highly. She told me it was good thinking to write this email for other people. She watched many videos on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, but few videos from fuckboy. As former fuckboy, I offer help. Not to make excuses for fuckboy, because I was one of them, but I have pity for fuckboy. Fuckboy is insecure, lonely, weak, bad guy, and pathetic. Instead of anger, have pity. They need new women always to feel good about self. It's sad to not have skill to build relationship. When I look back at myself, I wasted time with too many women, and it's not healthy living. Have fun, of course, but don't be cold and dismissive, especially if they care for you. I learned this the hard way. We can't treat women bad, then call them crazy or get angry when they have poor thinking of us. If there is a foreign woman who wants to date in Korea and find a Korean guy sincerely, I have a few tips. This is the tip portion of the email in the video. 1. Don't go to club.
Down.
Fuckboy lives in club. Club is where I find many one night, then ghost. If you also want one night, congratulations, it's easy. Korean guy is really easy, but if you want real Korean, don't try to meet them at a club, especially in Hongdae. Club is where I see the worst Korean guy. Guys kiss girls quickly, guys grope, and they take advantage of drunk girl. 2. Don't ignore bad behavior or bad signals. Don't think it's because culture difference. Sometimes excuses are made, but bad guy is bad guy in any culture. If he doesn't communicate, if he is gaslighter, if he moves too fast, if he lies, if he only calls and texts you late, if he tells you he loves you too soon, these are common ones, and there's no excuses for Koreans, we are all the same. 3. Learn Korean. If you want to impress Koreans and the family, learning Korean is a good idea. We are shy about English and other foreign language. We may not see foreigners seriously if there's a language insecurity. Some are great at English and confident, but many are not. Add Korean to online profile. I will most likely reply to girl who speaks Korean than a girl who doesn't. Number 4, if you try online, avoid profiles. Avoid profiles with fun, dom, sub, language exchange, FWB, ONS in bio. Profiles that seek foreign girls, and avoid guys who talk about sex straight away. If a guy wants to talk to you, he will. When I decided to find genuine relationship, it was easy. I had detail about my life, my interest, and what I want. Also, don't have sexy profile. This is controversy, but many women profile has bikini, lingerie, breasts, butt, and other sexy pose. When a guy sees this, he thinks this. It's hard for him to take you seriously after. Number 5. Try to meet a guy through a friend or love matching event. Right now, Korea has lonely crisis. Many events are together for making and connecting younger people encouraged to date. Blind dates, speed dates, and even specialists to find the perfect partner. Number 6. It's okay for girls to make first move. Sometimes, guy feels shy or pressure to say hi and ask for a date. I like when a woman asks me out. And let me just say, every boyfriend I've had to ask out, and I don't mind it, I guess, but like, it would also be nice to be pursued. So like, I get that thinking because even my exes were like, oh, I didn't know you liked me. Oh, I was glad you said something first because I wasn't going to. If a woman is confident, approach the cute guy and speak a little Korean. I want to apologize for how I treated girls when I was in youth. It's not fair, it's not okay. While I felt better, I made them feel worse. I can't speak for all men, but this is my thinking because I was like this. I grew up and I have more confidence. I feel more reward focusing on one woman instead of chasing new ones constantly. By the way, his English is great. That wasn't hard to read. I think I pretty much understand what he was saying, and I hope you guys do too. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but like, I always found the occasional like English error to be kind of cute, like with plurality or like past and present tense. That's like adorable. That's fine. We understand you. I never in my wildest days expected to hear from like a reformed former fuckboy, and I wish I remember that night better. But it was a long day. Like, we woke up early, went to Gangwon-do, and then went back to Seoul for clubbing. It was a long, busy day. I don't remember that much from that night, but I do remember the hand on the dick at Suglee's Club in February 2019. But it was so nice of you to take the time to write this, and I think your girlfriend is right. It is really refreshing to hear this from, like, the guy's perspective. At least, you know, he's not making excuses. He knows it's not okay. And, you know, there's that girl that got away, and I'm sorry to hear that, but at least you grew from it. Oh my god, idols, what's up? It's Cece Listen Through. Welcome back to my channel. Bruh, I am literally about to head out of the house and I got a peculiar email. Well, first I got a DM. All it said was something like, hey Isis, what's your email? I didn't think much of it because a lot of you guys, when you send in story times, you DM me on Instagram first. By the way, follow me on Instagram if you don't, please. These DMs ask like, oh hey, I got some tea to spill. Should I tell it here or what's your email? And I prefer email just because there's less character limit, you know, like you can just keep going. I don't gotta keep reading message after message, separate individual little messages. So yeah. Email me at cclisten3@yahoo.com if you want to share some tea with us. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even recognize the account because I haven't talked to him in like 5 years. And it's private. So yeah, I got an email from my ex-boyfriend. Not the one that hit his wife and daughter. Fuck him. Never plan to or want to hear from him again. This is from when we did some vlogs together. I did videos about him back in the day. And he was a good guy. It was like, I just want to preface this by saying like, nothing bad about him whatsoever. We literally broke up because of distance. It was mutual. There was no ghosting, no lying, no gaslighting, no cheating, nothing like that. So yeah, like some of the OGs on this channel will recognize him because we did videos together back in the day. I did story times about him, I did content about him and all that stuff back in the day, years ago. And I'm about to head out, but when I read this, I was like, no, let's talk about it now. Before we get into this, I also wanted to invite you guys to check out my Patreon because 2 days ago, I uploaded a story time. A girl was in Korea for a little bit. She met up with this guy online and he said, I'll be your Oppa tour guide. I'm gonna show you around. And then at night, things got steamy and over dinner, he said he's a dom. He'll do whatever he wants to her. Here's a clip, sold from him. We decided to get dinner together and this was when he showed the other side of him. During the day, he was cute and had this innocent, cheery aura about him. But at night over dinner with the dim lighting, he got all cozy and we had a different type of conversation. Even the way he looked at me was different. He was a predator eyeing his prey and I did not mind one bit. He definitely wanted me. Normally, this would make me so uncomfortable, but the feeling was mutual and I know what I had signed up for. He was such a star throughout the day and he definitely deserved a reward. He paid for everything, he showed me such a good time, he taught me a lot, and he was such a sweet gentleman. So we're talking over dinner and I asked him what we should do next. He said, quote, I think it's time for us to have fun. I wanted him to tell me exactly what he was gonna do to me. That's just how I operate. He told me he's a dominant and he'd do whatever he wanted to do to me. I don't know why, cause this isn't like me at all. Normally, that would scare the fuck out of me. And I'd run like I was an extra in BTS's Not Today video. So yeah, check that out because it's, woof, 핫이에요. So I'm just gonna read to you exactly what he wrote to me. This probably won't be a long video. He didn't have a whole lot to say, but it's quality, not quantity. Hey Isis, it's been a while, huh? 5 years, I think? I've seen a few of your recent videos. Congratulations on your channel also. When I met you, your channel was only a month or two old, I think. When I saw you last, you saw me with my girlfriend. When I talked to you last, I told you she said I can't communicate with you anymore. I regret that I let that happen. To be clear, we broke up. That's not why I'm messaging you. I just want you to know I'm not being disrespectful to her or doing this behind her back. There are a few things I want you and your viewers to hear from me. I actually plan to leave Korea very soon for a new job. I saw some recent videos when you talked about us wanting to leave Korea. I've seen your videos about foreigner wanting to date Koreans. I like you warn your viewers by sharing good and bad. To be honest, it's kind of a shock that Korean men are becoming popular with non-Asian people. I was teased so much when I lived abroad as a kid because I was that small, nerdy kid. I worry about Korea's future because our government isn't stable. People don't talk with others they disagree with anymore. I can't spend my whole life in the office, I'll die. How is this reasonable? There are many reasons I want to leave Korea again, but it's hard because my parents rely on me. I must take care of them. I want to take them with me, but my mom has poor health these days and can't travel. Korea does have the best medical care. This is what's best for her. I'll try to support them from abroad, but it's also crazy because they want me to have kids. Not one, but they tell me at least 4.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
How is this possible? How must I look after them financially and raise children when I live in office? I have to go. I want to raise children in another country. Speaking of families, shall I talk about dating? I do see more foreigners in Korea these days. Do you remember how I couldn't tell my parents about our relationship? In a few short years, they don't care how, they only want grandsons. I think if I brought a foreign girl to meet them now, they will support us. But honestly, I haven't dated with other foreign girls since. I was with the same Korean girl on and off for almost 4 years after we break up, but she was kind of crazy. I'm not the guy who says all women are crazy, but she actually was. Remember, she made us end our friendship. Yeah, I'm curious about this. I'll get back to this in a second. How do you guys feel about your partner being friends with their ex? Because personally, I know that when I break up with someone, like that's it. I have zero desire or intention to get back with them. So I can only go based on how I feel, but I don't mind because I'm not interested in telling my partner who they can and can't talk with because I don't expect them to tell me who I can and can't talk to. I also feel like there's a way to do that respectfully. You know, like obviously you don't want to be flirty with your ex, like that's weird. But if you guys are friends, then I don't mind because I'm, well, with the exception of this guy, was friends with like 1 or 2 other exes because we didn't end on bad terms. It was a mutual thing, like, you know, the feels aren't quite there, but we can still kick it. And like I said, I have a rule. When we break up, that's it, because I feel like if we broke up once, we'll probably do it again. That is one rule I've never gone back on. And who knows, maybe this email means that we can be friends again because again, like we didn't end on any bad blood. It was a distance thing. He's over there, I moved on. Like it's not even like that. I mean, I do know that this is an unpopular opinion, because some people do see it as like inherently disrespectful to talk with your ex and be buddies with your ex. Like especially if you don't have kids or any real reason to talk with them while you're with a new partner. So I know it's an unpopular opinion, but that's just how I feel. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments below. Again, I'm sorry about that. The girlfriend making us not be friends anymore. I saw a video where a guy wrote in and your idols seem to enjoy it. I hope they appreciate my words too. I really believe Korea's need for population and marriage is overriding racism and discrimination in Korea. Priorities show what's important. Love and happiness is key to everything. Without that, it's dystopia. It seems my government wants more foreigners, and while I don't think it's for kind reasons, I think it's for necessity, but I still think it's good that it's happening. Now that I'm single, I want to focus on getting a job that won't kill me and look after my parents. I hope I'll have good luck dating abroad. Any tips from your viewers would be so helpful. I'm quite shy. If it weren't for Tinder, I definitely wouldn't have had the courage to approach you naturally and ask you for a date. Is Tinder less problematic outside of Korea? Should I try again when I leave? Honestly, when I saw you, it didn't matter to me that you were foreign. You were living in Korea, a kind girl, funny, obviously very pretty. Thank you. And loved Game of Thrones. That didn't age well, huh? He put that in parentheses because on his bio, I forgot what he said, but it said something about Game of Thrones, and I was like, oh my god, because that was 2018. We were like a Game of Thrones break. The whole year 2018, no season of Game of Thrones. And then they came back in 2019 with absolute garbaggio.
Know your fucking place, trash.
So he said that didn't age well, huh? Because we both really like Game of Thrones. Of course, speaking Korean made it easier for us, but I think any foreigner who wants to date with Korean, who learns the language and makes effort, will find a good relationship in Korea if they really want one. I don't understand the desire, but I guess it's because I am Korean. I do feel pride as a Korean these days, honestly. There's so much people who find us ideal, and I hope I don't shatter dreams. When you meet me, I hope it's not disappointment. Can I ask your viewers another question? What is so good about Korean guy? Why do you like us? I'm so curious to hear this from foreign girls. Isis, it's good to talk to you again. I hope you've been well. Thanks for giving me confidence and a relaxing dating experience. I wish things didn't end the way it did, but it's still precious memories. And then he wrote snaps, annyeong, and like a little ash, annyeong. When I woke up today, yeah, the last thing I thought I'd experience today is hearing from an ex. Like, that's crazy. If you're watching this, thank you for that email. That was really sweet. And like I said, I love any opportunity to help you guys hear about certain issues from a guy's perspective, because I don't know too many guys in real life. I really don't. I don't know too many guys who would be willing to be on here. Also, most of my viewers are, we're mostly girls out here. It's like 90 to 10%, 90% women, 10% men. So I don't really have too many opportunities to hear from them. So every time I do, I flock on it. I pounce like a puma. But yeah, if you guys could like indulge him and answer some questions like, why do you guys like Korean men? What is it about Korean men? Because he said, I'm Korean, I don't understand, but I do want to hear from a foreign girl, like what makes us so popular. So give him some answers please in the comments. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. I wish you the best of luck in your dating endeavors. I'm sorry you've been with a crazy girl for so long. Hopefully the next one will be normal. And yeah guys, like I said, this one wasn't gonna be long. That was so unexpected. I wanted y'all to hear this as soon as I could, fresh on my mind. I gotta head out. So thank you so much for watching. If you did, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Annyeong!